Hey, hey, happy January and happy Sunday. And welcome to my week to come reading. And this is the first Sunday of January. It's the sixth of January. And I'm reading for next week, the first full week in January. That's from the Monday, the 7th, till Sunday, the 13th. And as always, I will be drawing 3 cards and we'll get right to it. I'll tilt the camera down so that you can see the cards in front of me and the table in front of me. Just a moment. Here we go. Here is my deck. As always, I will be using my beloved Pam's Vintage Tarot deck. If you are interested in this deck, you can find out more about it in my blog. I made an interview with this deck earlier, and through the blog post, you can find a link, and that will take you to the creators page. That's Irene from My Lucky Card. But here we go. Oh, by the way, while the camera is tilted down like this, I can't see if you are commenting or anything, but I will see that in a moment after I've done the draw. But now we're going to draw 3 cards for next week. The first card is stop, something we need to stop doing next week. And then the second card is start, something we need to start doing next week. And then the third one is continue. That's something we have started earlier, and we need to continue doing that. For some reason, I'm being really clumsy today. My deck is shuffled. It's pre-shuffled, so we are good. I'm just shuffling for good measure. Okay, here we go. I'll make a pretty fan. Here you are. So, first card is stop. Ah, this is interesting. This is 10 of Pentacles. Then start. Okay. This is 5 of Swords. Looks very unlikely, the cards being this way around. It would kind of make more sense for them to be the other way around. But that's the way the cards came, and that's the way I will read them. And then the third card is continue. Ah, okay. King of Cups. Right. Here we are. These are our cards for next week. There you are. Do you see them properly? Right. Now, looking at all the cards here, we only have pips. We only have minor arcana cards. So next week is not going to be life-altering. It's going to be fairly kind of everyday living. And that's good news, I think. There are no major arcana cards here, so we don't need to worry about any major events happening next week. It's business as usual, and that is good news, I think, because the year is just starting and we are coming out of the holiday season. By the way, today is the 6th of January, and that's Loppiainen in Finnish, and that is there is an English name for that this day as well, but I can't remember what that is. But this is the day when most Finnish people take out their Christmas tree, and it is usually put in storage or at the back of the yard. and it will be burnt in the midsummer bonfire in June. So an important day. This is officially the last day of Christmas. This is when Christmas ends in Finland. Okay, let's go back to the cards. Now, stop. This is what we got for our stop card. This is Pentacles. Pentacles are, the element is earth. Pentacles are about everyday life, you know, the tangible life, everyday toil. It's about home and work and finances, as in money, earning money. It's also about physical aspects of us, physical health, how our body is functioning. So really tangible things. This is number 10. 10 is completion. That's the last number of the pips. That's the end of one journey and also beginning of a new journey. And looking at this picture, do you see how tranquil everything is? People are just sitting around talking to each other. There's no sense of urgency here. Everything has been done. Everything is finished. Everything is at its place. Very peaceful, very everyday, no great celebration going on here. Just a normal day, and everything is fine. But this is in stop position. Okay. Well, that is what we need to stop. We need to trying to remember this phrase in English. Is it lying on your laurels or something like that? That's what we need to stop. We need to stop thinking that we're all set, because we are not. It's not done yet. It is, the speed is about to pick up again. There's been a lull in during the holiday season. It's been quiet and peaceful, but that is not going to continue. Things are going to start picking up again. Things are going to start happen next week. So we need to stop feeling complacent, and we need to start getting ready again. We need to be ready for business, you know, business to pick up and things start moving again. Okay. Then start. Now, this is an interesting card. This is swords. The element of swords is air. Swords are about thought, intellect, things to do with your head. And number 5, this is 5 of swords. Number 5, fives are, you know, looking for a word again. I seem to be losing words today, English words. They're about conflict in very real way. They are about, there has been stability and now something happens and you are off balance again. That's what fibers are about. And looking at this picture, there are 3 people here. 2 people in the background are leaving, obviously, and they don't look very happy. Looking at their bodies, they don't look very happy. There has been a skirmish here. Some fight has been going on, or perhaps practicing with swords, you know, something like that. But this dude here in the forefront, he looks really pleased with himself. He's obviously the one who won this conflict, and he is not hiding it. But That is not a very attractive quality. So this card is about losing battles, not the whole war, but battles. And what you do then. What do you do when you lose? How you take your loss? Do you give in and say that, okay, I'm a loser? How do you deal with defeat? This card is also about winning. What kind of a winner are you? Are you like this dude, really annoying and really rubbing it in? Because if that is what you do when you win, guess what will happen when you lose? What other people would do to you when you lose? So being a magnanimous winner is always a good idea. This is what we need to start. We need to start thinking about our wins and our losses. We need to start looking at ourselves. And we need to start assessing, are we good winners? Are we magnanimous winners? Do people generally help us because they like us when we win? We are not annoying like this dude here. And also, what kind of losers are we? If we lose, do we just give in, roll over, and say, okay, I'm not going to even try anymore? We need to start thinking about the fact that life goes on, whether you win or lose. It's not about winning or losing, it's about living and continuing regardless, whether you win or lose. So we need to start seeing the bigger picture. And then continue. King of Cups. He is a lovely gent. Everybody's favorite son-in-law. Well, everybody's favorite husband, in fact. But the thing with the king is that he is the king. He's the ruler. He doesn't do stuff for himself. He does stuff, makes decisions for his whole kingdom and everyone in it. He is responsible, and the buck stops with him. So, well, there's a Mel Brooks film where Mel Brooks keeps saying that it's good to be the king. Well, it can be, but mostly it's really arduous. You can't fulfill your own dreams and ambitions because you have to think about the bigger picture. Oh, there's the bigger picture again. Yeah. And the thing with King of Cups is that he is about emotion, like Cups always is. But that's not all. He is the king. He has to use his head as well. He can't be ruled by his heart alone. He does need to use his head as well. And you can see that here in the picture. He has a cup, but he also has a scepter, a ruler's scepter. He's holding them both equally. One does not rule over the other. This is something we have started doing earlier. We have started using our head as well, not just our hearts, with anything we do, but especially with the important stuff, things that have to do with our livelihood, for example. And this is what we need to continue. We need to continue incorporating both our heart and our head, not one over the other, but both at the same time in balance. Right. I'll tilt the camera up now so that I can see you. Hello. Oh, and we have comments. There is Melanie. Hey, honey. Let's see. Lying on your laurels. Yes, thank you, Melanie. Yes. Melanie is Canadian, so English is her mother tongue, so she knows what she's talking about. Right, the cards we got. Stop, start, and continue. Are you getting a terrible glare? I hope not. Theme of the week, 5 of Swords. So, like I said, with the 10 of Pentacles, things are going to pick up. Life will pick up speed for us next week. Things will start happening again and moving forward again. So it is a good time to start assessing how we behave, and also not just towards others or in front of others, but how we regard wins and losses, how they affect us in our life. Because life does go on, it just keeps on going on. And our good king here is telling us that it can't be just about reason, but it can't just be about our emotion. It has to be about both equally. Let's see, Melanie's saying, oh yes, I'm so sorry, Melanie, English is not your mother tongue. She's a French Canadian, so yeah, but she lives with people who speak English as their mother tongue. So is that right, Melanie? That's better, I hope. Sorry, I misrepresented you. I made you into our English coach, but I'm sure that you can handle that. Yeah. A good week coming for us. But we do need to dig deep. We need to look at ourselves in the mirror. Yeah, because there is still so much to do. So many things are waiting for us in the future. Things we need to do and things we need to organize and all that. So perhaps it is a good thing to think about this, to think about the way we handle things, because we are going to run into what is that in English? Do you see? I can't speak English today. We are going to run into difficulties. It's not going to be plain sailing. It never is. It doesn't have to be, because that's life. But it would be a good idea to really concentrate a little on how we cope with things. Comment from Melanie. Melanie's bilingual. Yeah. She said no to the glare of the cards. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult to know from looking at the camera myself. Okay. But I do think that it is really going to pick up now next week. Next week will be officially the first week of 2019, and after that it will be business as usual. So good time to think on these things. And it is a good thing that this king is in our corner. We've started this before, we know how to do this. So nothing we can't handle. We just need to focus on the balance and we'll be fine. Okay. that was our week. Looks really good. Proactive, says Melanie, rather than reactive. Yes, exactly. Oh, that is so well put. Yeah, precisely what I was trying to get at. Yes, thinking about these things before we are kind of face to face with things happening. You are most welcome, Melanie. Okay, this was our week to come. And as always, I will write this down in my blog, and you can find it there. Or if you prefer watching videos, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. And by the end of this video, there will be this small logo that appears on the lower right-hand side corner of the video. So when you click that, it's easy for you to subscribe, and then you will be notified whenever I post anything new in YouTube. Also, if you subscribe to my blog, then you will be notified when I post something new. And this is a reading I do for my parents. So if you feel that you would benefit from a reading like this, regarding any subject, any issue in your life, then you can find this reading in my web shop. And it's called Stop, Start, Continue reading. I think I don't remember what the price is, but you can find it in my web shop. Okay, but that was next week for us. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend and have a great week. I will see you a week from now. Thank you for watching. Hey, hey.